flattened a tire on Gant's car. Ron Bouchard has been in and out of pit road. They broke a rear end on that machine, had to change it. And Bouchard, who's been suffering from the flu all weekend, was overcome by fumes. And Ricky Rudd is now driving in relief of Bouchard.
Yeah, we watched Butch Lindley in his car with a rear end problem, and the thing didn't smoke that bad. It really didn't get that hot. NASCAR black flagged him right away. But Bouchard stayed out there until the thing was just burned to a crisp, and the smoke, the fumes was incredible. You could smell them all over this facility. And Bouchard breathed those fumes for a few laps, and I tell you, he was a sick young man when he came out of that car, Mike.
So Ricky Rudd is now in the 47 car as we watch the race leaders. Trouble down at turn 2. Tim Richmond slides and spins into a stalled Kyle Petty. Didn't look like it damaged Richmond's car too badly, not from this angle.
He's trying to, you know, that's how slick the race, you see how slick the racetrack is? The right rear tire just trying to get started wouldn't get a grip on the racetrack. Kyle Petty is moving again.
Richmond hit Petty with the left rear of the machine. It looks like it may have badly knocked that rear end out of line.
It's very possible. It doesn't take much. Those things have long truck trailing arms that hold the rear end. The arms are about 9 or 10 feet long, and they can bend very easily.
Kyle Petty still on the racetrack. He had crunched the right front of that car, but it looked as if Richmond hit him behind the wheel, didn't damage it too much. We're under caution. Here's Waltrip in the pits.
And, you know, we can't say enough about Darrell Waltrip because, as I mentioned earlier in the show, he had fallen back and was a half a lap down. Now, all of a sudden, he is the race leader and is driving away from Terry Labonte. So they've worked on the car. They've adjusted the car. Darrell has kept it. We see the car. There isn't a scratch on it. You know, Darrell Waltrip has been impressive.
Here comes Junior Johnson out to the right side of the car, but he did not make a chassis adjustment, so Waltrip must be pleased the way that car is working now.
Evidently, he is extremely. I can't see why he wouldn't be, because, as I said, he was driving away from his team.
So Darrell Waltrip is the race leader as we're under caution. Terry Labonte, the second place car. Waltrip was followed into the pits by Labonte, Baker, Bonnet, Elliott, and Rusty Wallace. Let's go to pit road.
Jimmy, can you just tell us what happened?
I think Kyle or somebody blew up, and I don't know if he blew up, but he spun, and when I went in there, my car either hit some oil or it just spun out from under me, and it looked like he was going to go to the top, so I went to the bottom, and then he started coming to the bottom, so I tried to go to the top, and when it did it, my car spun, and I almost got it corrected soon enough, but the left rear corner hit him.
You're obviously done for the day.
Yeah, we've been done for the last 2 or 3 weeks here, it seems, and we can't, you know.
I didn't see what could possibly be that wrong with the car, Mike.
He must have bent that rear end out of shape, then. He caught it pretty good with the left rear wheel.
I guess so. The car took off again. I thought he would be able to continue on with no problem.
Well, Kyle Petty, as you saw, was able to make repairs and get back in the race. There's a look at Phil Parsons.
Little brother's having a tough day, and there seems to be a little smoke in the car now, Mike.
Let's get down to pit road where Dick Berggren is with Darrell Waltrip's crew chief, Jeff Hammond.
Jeff, your driver looks like he's running awfully strong. Are there any problems at all with the car?
So far, we haven't had any problems really to amount to anything. Early in the race, we were a little bit loose, but right now, everything seems to be working pretty good. But we still got, about half the race to run, so we've got a long ways to go.
Are the brakes all right?
Everything seems to be good.
Are you holding anything back at all, or are you running as hard as you can?
Well, you just kind of bide your time up here until the, last few laps. So, I don't know what Darrell's holding back or how hard he's really running the car. It's all up to him right now.
So Waltrip's the race leader as we're under caution at Martinsville, Virginia, in the Goody's 500. We'll be right back.
Most guys spend Sunday taking it easy. Not me. When I'm racing the Bandit, there's no taking it easy. So I'm out here early before a race trying to relax. Just me and my scope. Just a pinch gives me real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. And that wintergreen flavor's a real winner.
Go smokeless with Skoal or Copenhagen. A pinch is all it takes.
Richard Petty moves to the inside and heads for turn 3. 2 cars in trouble. A spin. Richard is boxed in with nowhere to go. Oh, Petty gets hit hard.
Now that was a headache. That was a Goody's headache. You got that right. I've been using Goody's headache powders for years. For one simple reason. Goody's gets rid of the pain fast. So the next time you run into a headache, or one runs into you, get yourself a Goody's. They sure work for me.
green flag racing, Darrell Waltrip leads Terry Labonte, Buddy Baker, Neil Bonnet, and Bill Elliott down to the stripe and the green flag.
Harry Gant wants to get that lap back, Mike, because the car is running well, but he's a lap down.
Trouble down in turn one. Phil Parsons and Tommy Ellis have come together. There's Lenny Pond piling in, Richard Petty, Dave Marcus, Ronnie Thomas, and Doug Hevron.
And Harry's trying to get that lap back. If he can pass Darrell Waltrip before they get to the line, he makes up an entire lap. But he don't make it.
And Gant, with a hand in the air, waves off the drivers behind him, signaling the caution flag. Let's look at it again.
I don't really know what happened, Mike. It looks like that maybe Phil and Tommy just simply got together, touched. Phil spins. Now Tommy spins, and poor Lenny Pond has no place to go except right inside Phil's car, which let Dick Brooks get by on the inside without a scratch.
Richard Petty knocked a chunk out of the grill of his Pontiac, while the cars behind, Marcus, Thomas, and Hevron, are able to stop in time. So we're under caution again after running only one lap under the green.
Phil's got some pretty serious damage on the right rear of that car, and the right rear tire is flat, as we see.
So he'll have to stop once more for repairs, and he has had a long afternoon.
It's been a long afternoon for Phil.
So the pace car is back out again, and yellow flag fever persists here at the Martinsville Speedway. Lenny Pond's car knocked the whole nose off the car, so there's no hood pins left to hold that hood down.
Well, the hood, what holds the hood down is 4 pins, about 3/8 of an inch thick, and he sheared all 4 of them, I guess, when he hit Phil over there.
So Lenny Pond will make repairs. Meanwhile, the field is doubled up once again for a restart on the back straightaway. The cars on the lead lap line up to the outside. Waltrip, Labonte, Baker. And the cars that are 1 or more laps down, you see Harry Gant, and right behind him, the Ron Bouchard car with Ricky Rudd driving. They line up on the inside. If Gant can get the jump on Waltrip, he'll get back on the lead lap.
And I tell you, the car's running well. He can win this race if he can just get that lap back. He's really going to be trying, Mike.
Coming down for the flag, Waltrip gets a good jump on the start.
Oh, did he ever? Tremendous jump by Darrell Waltrip.
So Waltrip leads the pack to turn 1. Then Gant. Then Terry Labonte, the second-place car. Then Rudd. Then Buddy Baker, the third-place machine, and right with him, Neil Bonnet and Bill Elliott.
Darrell Waltrip's car was just not this strong at the beginning of the race, Mike, but I don't know. They've worked on the car. The racetrack has changed something, but he now has the dominant car. And there's the same 3 cars we saw in the accident a moment ago.
At least this time they're headed in the right direction.
At least, yeah.
Waltrip leads Gant a lap down, and Labonte off the corner. Now, Labonte can't afford to sit there behind Harry Gant if he's going to have a run at the lead. He has not yet led this race today. That means that Waltrip, and not he, has picked up 5 Winston Cup bonus points.
Exactly. And those 5 points, it's getting to the point now that they count those 5 points. It's like 100 points early on in the season. This is pretty good racing right here, Mike. These 3 cars are pretty close.
Gant has led the race. He's now a lap down, fighting to get back on the lead lap.
He's on the outside. He's trying to pass Darrell on the outside.
Oh, he takes it close to the wall.
And the caution is out. I don't know what's happened, but the caution flag is out.
NASCAR reports a piece of debris down in turn number 1. A brake duct has fallen off one of the cars, and of course, if a car ran over that, it would flatten the tire and cause a wreck. So in the interest of safety, we're under caution again.
And now Harry gets another shot to get alongside Darrell and try to beat him down in that corner once more.
It's a brief caution, so we're set to go back to racing. Waltrip, Labonte, Baker, Bonnet, and Elliott on the outside groove. Those are the cars on the lead lap, along with Rusty Wallace, the rookie driver.
They're accelerating in 2nd gear, hit 3rd gear, now to 4th gear, and dive down in the corner.
Gant's got a shot at it. He's inside of Waltrip. He may get a lap back here. Off the corner, almost like they're tied together.
I tell you, Darrell Waltrip's going to ruin the image on his car if he isn't careful. He's going to get a big tire mark down the side of it.
Gant is there, but Waltrip pulls off the corner and has the advantage. Labonte is on the outside with him. And Waltrip cuts Gant off at the corner.
Now, Labonte wants to go by Harry on the outside, but I don't think Harry's going to play that game.
Richard Petty is 2 laps down behind Labonte. Then the 3rd-place car, Buddy Baker. Then 4th-place Neil Bonnet. And a couple of lap cars before Elliott and Wallace.
You see the line that these cars are taking off the turn. That's with new tires. Once the tires get hot and start getting slick, these cars will get closer and closer to those retaining walls as they come off the 2nd and 4th corner, Mike.
A couple of laps ago, Harry Gant got about as close as you can get.
That's true.
The space between Gant and the wall was about the thickness of one of those concession stand hamburgers. Back to turn 1. It'll be Waltrip Waltrip, Gant, and Labonte, same order. Then Baker, Richard Petty. You see now on your screen. Petty 2 laps down, but he is back up in the top 10 by virtue of the attrition here.
I don't think we can say enough today about 2 drivers. Darrell Waltrip, again, they've worked on the car. It was not performing well at the beginning. Now it is. And Buddy Baker, we talked earlier on, that is a long track car built for Charlotte, Atlanta, and he has it here at Martinsville today on this short track. And Mike, great job in the top 4.
He is 3rd right now. That's the 21 car of Baker. What's basically the difference between a super speedway car and a short track car?
Well, the basic is the car is a little bit heavier, so therefore these cars built for short tracks, they have to weigh 3,700 pounds, so they put ballast in the car or lead in the car. Well, these cars have a tremendous amount of ballast, and they can put it where they want to. Buddy Baker's car would probably weigh 150 pounds more than these short track cars, and therefore he can't put as much ballast in the car to make each corner of the car weigh what they want it to weigh.
Labonte in the 44 car still trying to work on Harry Gant and not having much luck.
He really isn't. Nobody's having any luck right now. Harry Gant wants to get by Darrell, but Darrell's just strong enough that he really can't make a run at it. Labonte wants to buy Harry because he wants to lead this race, get those 5 bonus points, but Harry's a little bit too strong for him. It looks like a Mexican standoff right now.
With Waltrip leading in the Junior Johnson, Warner, Hodgson, Budweiser Chevrolet. Terry Labonte, the Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet, owned by Billy Hagan, whom you met earlier. Wrenched by Dale Inman and the crew, running in 2nd. And the famed Wood brothers from Stewart, Virginia, with their driver, Buddy Baker, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, riding in the 3rd spot. 2 Chevrolets and a Ford lead the survivors here at Martinsville Speedway in the Goody's 500. A lap down, Harry Gant, he's the 6th place car. Check that 7th place car, trying hard to get back on the lead lap. Can he do it? Stay tuned.
The Goody's 500 will continue in a moment on SETN.
Roger, Mother Goose. Radar locked on target. Even with millions of dollars worth of avionics, it's still the pilot that wins battles. He's going down. Trouble, 2 bogeys in my 6th. I'm out of here. Fly with these pilots in the Time Life book series narrating the epic of flight, beginning with the fighting jets. Plunge into the war of 1,000,000 sorties in Vietnam. And fly over the Falklands in the amazing Harrier jump jet. Each book captures the greatest moments in aviation. Locked on target. Missile away. Bogey going down. Give me a vector. I'm coming home.
1-800-453-1908.
And get this free combat jet poster with your first book. Examine the book for 10 days. Keep it and pay just $13.95. Others follow every other month. Keep the ones you want. Cancel anytime.
1-800-453-1908.
easy here at Martinsville Speedway. He has opened up a huge advantage on the second place car as Kyle goes to pit road.
Kyle's car just doesn't look to be up to speed, Mike. I don't know. Maybe the tires are just gotten so hot and worn out that he simply had to stop and get new tires.
So the Petty Enterprises crew giving Kyle the service he needs to get back out and finish this Goody's 500. As Waltrip rounds off the fourth corner and heads down the front straightaway with the second place car not in sight.
He has just pulled away from the competition. You know, again, it's tremendous what they've been able to do the last few laps.
There are the fourth and fifth place cars moving past Neil Bonnet and Bill Elliott. As Waltrip's the race leader, Terry Labonte's in second. Buddy Baker is third. Ron Bouchard's car is out of the race. Ricky Rudd had driven it in relief, but they've lost the rear end, and he's gone to the pit area. Green flag pit stops are coming up, and this could be the last pit stop of the day.
Here comes your second place car, Terry Labonte. This stop has got to be exactly perfect. The tires they put on have got to prepare the chassis so this kid can fly when he goes back out again. He has not been as fast as Darrell Waltrip. He has got to get some speed out of it this time. A good stop for Labonte. 2 tires, a full load of fuel in 13.29.
That is a tremendous pit stop. 13 and a half seconds to put on 2 tires and put in a can of gas. Tremendous pit stop for Dale Emmett and the whole Piedmont Airlines crew.
Pulling your corner gas station, you can't get anybody to come out and look at the car for 13 seconds.
Exactly.
Here's Rusty Wallace. He's been running the last half of this race, as you can see, without brakes. He tried to come in the pit slow, couldn't do it. He'll have to come around again. This should set up the leader's pit stop. Darrell Waltrip is headed for pit road. Let's go back down to Dick Berggren.
Here comes Darrell Waltrip, your leader on pit road now. They have tires ready for the right-hand side. 2 loads of fuel ready to go in. Waltrip calls for a wet rag to wipe his face. It's mighty hot, the tires at this point. 1 can in, 2nd can ready to go. Tires on the right side change. And there goes Waltrip. Very fine stop, 12.87 for Darrell Waltrip.
Well, they're not trying to fill the tank up, Mike. You know, as soon as they got the 2 outside tires changed, he left because they've got enough fuel to make the rest of the race without having to fill the car up.
Despite the big label on the side of that 80-pound can Henry Benfield was holding, that's not Budweiser, and there's Union 76 racing gas. So Waltrip is back on the speedway. He did not lose the lead as car owner. Car builder Junior Johnson, himself a winner of 50 Grand National races, looks on. Waltrip has caught Terry Labonte.
And this is to put Terry Labonte a lap down. That's how dominant Darrell Waltrip's car has become, is he's about to lap the second place car, Mike.
Labonte, the 44 car, holding on to second. Buddy Baker in third. Neil Bonnet in fourth. And in fifth, Bill Elliott. Sixth is Rusty Wallace.
And Darrell's almost, he's beside Labonte. Oh, he almost lost the car going in turn 1.
Waltrip now underneath Labonte. He can get a good jump off the corner. He can lap him, but Labonte hangs tough.
Well, this is for the race. I mean, if Labonte can stay in the same lap, he realistically has a chance to win. If Waltrip gets him a lap down, it's going to be awfully hard to win.
No contact between the two. As they get into the corner, Labonte on the outside gives Waltrip plenty of racing room. Can't stay with him this time, and Waltrip will lead this race by a full lap.
Labonte fights back again. He don't want to give up, Mike, but I don't see how he's going to do anything too much about it. Well, he finally does give up.
It's a foregone conclusion that Labonte, now he's got to sit and ride and hope that either something happens to Waltrip's car or Darrell makes a mistake.
And I don't think that Darrell Waltrip is going to make a mistake at this point in the race. I mean, he is a veteran, Mike. One of the very, very best, not only today, but of all time in stock car racing. So him making a mistake is very rare. All Labonte, I think, can do is hope for mechanical failure.
The attrition rate has taken its toll today. Lately, Tommy Ellis is out of the race. He's lost a rear end in his Chevrolet. Buddy Arrington, the only Dodge in the field, has lost an engine, and Phil Parsons is out with engine trouble.
His trouble it started on about the 3rd or 4th lap, and it got worse as the day wore on.
Waltrip rounds off the corner once again, down the front straightaway. The complete absence of any slipping and sliding by that car compared to the way everybody else is working.
It's amazing just how well that car has been performing. There's Bill Elliott, who, you know, started about the middle of the pack and has had a pretty good run today. He's up in the top 5 now.
And next to Elliott, you saw Dale Earnhardt, the number 3 Wrangler car, Richard Childress. He's not been much of a factor this afternoon since that banging match with Harrigan early on.
And it seems like we've talked to his crew, and he's lost some engine problem. He's lost some cylinders in the engine. These cars have V8s in them, and they say now that they think he's on at least 6 cylinders.
Earnhardt getting overlapped by the 9 car of Bill Elliott. Elliott, the 5th place machine. And here's Waltrip once again down the front straightaway, pulling up on Dave Marcus.
That Waltrip car looks perfect, Mike. It just goes through the turn, comes off the turn like there's nothing to it. But you see how closer they're getting to those walls as they exit turn 2 and turn 4. They're getting out against them now.
Well, the track has got to be awful slippery with the number of blown engines and rear ends we've had.
I would think so. And the heat that's out there today. Again, as I mentioned a moment ago, it's a very warm day for autumn in Virginia.
Waltrip moves under Dave Marcus. There is the 5th place car, Bill Elliott, in the Coors Melling Ford. Look at him slide up the racetrack.
He was fighting that steering wheel, wasn't he?
Just couldn't hold the bottom groove. As Waltrip's domination of the Martinsville Speedway continues, we'll take this break from the Goody's 500.
My music keeps me going in more ways than one. If I'm not riding a concert, I'm flying to one. So I really appreciate relaxing. Just me and my Skoal. Skoal's wintergreen flavor is #1 with me. Just a pinch gives me real tobacco pleasure without lighting up anytime, anywhere.
Mr. Daniels, smoking or non-smoking?
Smokeless, darling.
Go smokeless with Skoal or Copenhagen. A pinch is all it takes.
I've been working with my hands since I was a kid. I piled up lots of experience with hand cleaners, from soap to turpentine. The one I use is lava, because lava has the power of pumice. You can feel it, powering away dirt, powering your hands clean. I'm Roger Gustin. I built the lava machine. Mister, when I talk power, I know what I'm talking about.
See the lava machine this weekend.
Has a lap on the field in the Goody's 500. Terry Labonte's still the 2nd place car. Bill Elliott has moved up to the 3rd spot. Like Labonte, he's also 1 lap behind. Harry Gant is now 2 laps down. He's the 4th place car. Both Neil Bonnet and Buddy Baker have backslid a bit in the standings. Bonnet is now 5th and Baker is 6th.
Labonte's not having too much success at wishing bad luck on Darrell Waltrip because everything's going his way. No problems whatsoever.
Waltrip pulling up on lapped cars. He's about to put Baker 3 laps down as Ronnie Thomas moves underneath Buddy Baker. Thomas, a young fellow from Fistenburg, Virginia, in the 41 car, has had a pretty rough season of it and a rough weekend. He started the race, was involved in that 2nd lap crash with Sam Ard, but after spending 20 laps in the pits, he's run well the rest of the day.
He has, Mike. I've watched the car all day, and Ronnie Thomas has been very, very fast today, and it's a shame that he started the race so far down because he could have had one of his better finishes of the season, of his career today in Martinsville.
Well, with Labonte and Gant all but out of contention in this race, Labonte was able to lead a lap under caution. Gant led during the green flag, so that enabled both to pick up a 5-point wins to cup bonus. Waltrip will get a 10-point bonus, 5 for leading a lap and 5 for leading the most laps today.
Tell you what, he's going to make a run of Labonte, but I don't know. Mike, he's over 200 points behind after this race, and it's been very difficult for him to win the championship from that far back.
Waltrip rounds off the corner once again. Right behind Buddy Baker's machine. Baker, now the 5th place car. 2 laps down, in danger of going 3 behind, but that's all academic now in the closing laps.
Right now, Baker, he's like a lot of other guys. He's just trying to see the checkered flag, which is going to be coming up pretty soon, but all he wants to see is the checkered flag to get this thing over and get whatever he can get out of it.
Harold Kinder counting the laps down on the flag stand for the drivers that remain. Waltrip not pushing Baker too hard, but here's Ronnie Thomas. He knows he's inside of the leader, wants to get a little TV time, and he's going to get in there and mix it up a bit.
Isn't that wonderful? He's going to pass the great Darrell Waltrip.
Harold Kinder has the flag in hand as Waltrip rounds off the corner. White flag, 1 lap to go for Waltrip to put the 6th notch in his gun for the 1984 season.
Darrell has had a pretty good year. You know, he's a couple hundred points behind the championship, but 6 victories, you can't really say anything bad about that, Mike.
Waltrip into turn number 3 for the final time. Won't try to make the move on Baker. Here comes Ronnie Thomas as they move up on Doug Hevron.
He just passed the great Darrell Waltrip coming off the 4th corner for the checkered flag.
Waltrip wins the Goodies 500, and don't count them out of the championship just yet.
I would think not, because, you know, a couple hundred points, he can make it up.
Dick Bergeron is on pit road with Waltrip's car owner.
Junior Johnson, your man, dominated today. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, we are. We had a little trouble with the chassis there to start the race. It was a little bit out of adjustment. We finally got that dialed in, and when they did, he was on his way.
As Waltrip's car is pushed to the post-race inspection, the driver's already made his way over to victory lane. Let's join him with Dick Bergeron.
Darrell, are you surprised at all that you were able to dominate the field as you did today?
Well, we anticipated that the track would get exactly like it did. We set the car up different than we thought we ever had, really. But I felt like that the track would get slick. I knew it was going to be hot today, and we made some changes yesterday afternoon, and the car did. Like I told Jeff when the race over, it wasn't like I'd like for it to be, but it's sure better than anybody else's, and that's what we strive for.
Brakes are always such a story here at Martinsville. How were yours at the end of the race?
They seem to be great. I about spun out down here getting by Labonte. I had enough brakes to lock the wheels up, so that's a real a real blessing at the end of the race to have brakes like that where you can go and race people. I think that's key also to us running so well today.
So many body men are going to have so much work to do this week. How about your guys? Did you have any contact out there at all?
Well, I think we'll clean the window and charge a battery and head on over to North Wilkesboro and see how we can do over there.
The pass whip by Labonte when you were lapping him, was that your decision or was it Junior's decision, your Jeff Hammond?
No, I knew what they wanted me to do. If he hadn't wanted me to lap him, he would have told me so. He would have called me and said, back off, you got everybody covered. We've lost races with 10 laps to go because we cut a tire down or a caution flag. I didn't want to take that chance today. I had the fastest car and a better handling car, and I didn't see no reason not to go on up there and get him a lap down. Then we had some security the last 10, 15 laps there.
It didn't look too secure when you're underneath him, though. Was it a little bit slippery down there?
Well, it was, and I went in hard and locked the wheels up. And he bobbled, and I bobbled, and we must have made about the same move because we never touched. We just kept right on going, and it was a good race for us. I'd like to thank the good Lord for a safe race and a good race, and give credit to him. And I have a good friend in the hospital that's had a heart attack, Leonard Isaacs. I'd like to say hi to him today and dedicate this win to him.
A great win for Darrell Waltrip. We'll be right back to Martinsville Speedway for some closing comments.
What do you take when you have a headache?
Goody's extra strength tablets.
When the pain is extra strong, get Goody's extra strength tablets with the 2 pain relievers doctors recommend most.
Here's what I take now. Goody's extra strength tablets.
I get some real headaches in my job, but this sure makes me feel better fast.
It costs less, too.
This one's got it all.
Get the best headache relief you can buy without a prescription.
Goody's.
With Goody's extra strength tablets.
Goody's extra strength tablets.
Most guys spend Sunday taking it easy. Not me. When I'm racing a bandit, there's no taking it easy. So I'm out here early before a race trying to relax. Just me and my scope. Just a pinch gives me real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. And that wintergreen flavor's a real winner.
Go smokeless with Skoal or Copenhagen. A pinch is all it takes.
first half of the race with all the framming and bamming, it lived up to Martinsville's reputation.
Typical Martinsville race, that's exactly right. Lots of sheet metal being crinkled, lots of exchanges being put on each other, a lot of insults being back and forth, a lot of tire marks. But all in all, it ended up being a non-typical Martinsville race.
Because at the halfway point, Darrell Waltrip just ran away from the field and hid.
And I don't think there was a caution flag for the last 250 laps, and Darrell Waltrip really hid from the field. Tribute to him and his team.
Coming up on SETN, we'll bring you the Hodgson American 500 from Rockingham, North Carolina. For Dick Berger and Benny Parsons, this is Mike Joy congratulating Darrell Waltrip on his Goodies 500 victory. The Goodies 500 on SETN has been brought to you by Goodies Headache Powders and Extra Strength Tablets. You get a lot more relief with Goodies. And by the makers of Skoal and Copenhagen. For real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. A pinch is all it takes. The executive producer of SETN is Jim Wigglesworth. Goodies 500 directed by Jack Hilliard.